Hello students, in this session we are going to discuss preprocessor directives in C language. Preprocessor, as the name itself tell you, that pre-processing, before the actual processing starts or before the compiling starts, some processing is done. That processing we are calling it as pre-processor or pre-processing. Actually, when a C program is compiled, it undergoes three phases actually. That is the pre-processor, then the compiler, after that the linking stage. Okay, so the first one is the pre-processor. The pre-processing is done, then comes the compiling stage, the compiler's work, then comes the linking section. Now, before compiling, the pre-processing is done. For this purpose, to guide or to actually perform the pre-processing work, preprocessor directives are helping. To perform the pre-processing work, the preprocessor directives are helping. Now, these preprocessor directives are written starting with the hash symbol. For example, I may be including a file into my program. I may be including a file into my program, which is also called as file inclusion directive. Okay, so we'll talk about them. We have three types of these preprocessor directives actually. What are they? We'll discuss. So before that, suppose I wanted to include a stdio.h header file into my program. What do? I'll use hash symbol followed by include. Then I'll write whatever file I want, maybe stdio.h or maybe string.h or etc. etc. So suppose I write stdio.h. This kind of preprocessor directive, we call it as a file inclusion directive. File inclusive directive or file inclusion directive. Then comes, you have one more type of a directive here. For example, you have to define a macro. You have to define a macro like hash define max 50. For example, here what are you doing? You are defining a macro. These type of preprocessor directives are said to be macro substitution directives. Macro substitution directives. Or you have some other kind of directives like hash if or hash endif, etc. These are actually, they are used in controlling the flow of statements. So they are said to be compiler control directives. Compiler control directives. So what are they doing? The name, as the name in the name itself, we can see hash if, hash else, hash endif, etc. What are we exactly seeing there? They are going to be used for some condition, isn't it? That means they are going to control some kind of flow. So they are said to be compiler control directives. Not direction, sorry, it is directive. Okay, so these are the different types of directives we have. Now, coming to this part back again, the first thing what did I say is, here any directive it may be, any preprocessor directive it may be, it will start with the hash symbol. Second thing, that is the first thing, starts with hash. Second thing, it is nowhere having any work to do with the programming part. It does not have any work to do with your coding part. Only thing is that it is a preprocessor directive which is directing, which is guiding in the work of pre-processing. Okay, and one more thing, this line, it is not included or involved in any of the logics of your program. It is just for including some file or to define something, etc. etc. Only to guide, only to direct how to do the pre-processing task. That is about the second one. So it is not exactly involved in any of the logics or any of the programming. It is not for the programmer but for the preprocessor only, preprocessor task only. The third thing I can say is no need of writing or using a semicolon. No need of using a semicolon. As we talk in C language, to terminate any statement we use a terminator or a semicolon there. But here in a preprocessor directive, you need not use any semicolon. Like for example, we never use it like this. #include stdio.h, and I will not put this semicolon, never. Okay, so no need of using any semicolon there. So these are the three things we need to follow while we are writing preprocessor directives. Now coming to what are the different types of preprocessor directives we have, we'll see. Just we had a look at them, but still once again we'll see. So the first thing we talk about is #include any file name it may be. I can write to include any files from the C library. I need to include those file names here. Mostly the most common one we'll use is stdio.h, and depending on the requirement of my program, if I'm using string manipulating functions, I may be using string.h. If I'm using character type functions, I may be using ctype.h, and so on and so on. So depending on the requirement of the program, whatever files have to be taken, whatever have to be included from the C library, those files have to be included here. Okay. Now coming to the next one are #define and #undef. #define and #undef. So these two are used for macros. These two are used for macros. That is why they are also said as macro substitution directories, and this one is called as file inclusion directory. In macro substitution directories, we have these two where we are using #define to define some symbolic constants, some macros, and this one to undefine those macros. Simple. Next one are the #if or #else, or you have #endif. Okay, so these are also some preprocessor directives, also called as compiler control directives. Okay, so these are the different preprocessor directives we have, and this is also one of the important questions in exam point of view. Hope you understood today's class. Thank you.